Well, hello there. This is Slav Polinski, Slav Polinski Homes. I hope you're doing well. And here is your October real estate market update. So we have a lot of information to share with you on this video. We're going to talk about interest rates, how the government shutdown may be affecting the real estate market. Of course, the real estate market overview for the Chicagoland area. And home buyers, especially first time home buyers, are feeling a little bit of a pinch as they are seeing their affordability go down. So I'm going to give you my thoughts on what needs to change to make homes more affordable for home buyers, especially first home buyers. All right, let's jump right into it. Interest rates. About a week and a half ago, they came down to about 6.35%. Now, please, this is an average. This is actually a perfect scenario. So contact your mortgage lender to see where you qualify because a lot will depend on your credit score, your income, your debt, and so forth. It wasn't a big decrease, but it was a decrease helping some home buyers. And we actually did see increase in home buying traffic about a week ago. Let's talk about the government shutdown. We are in about the third week, and is it affecting the real estate market at all? Well, according to Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, it has not affected their ability to approve new loans. Where the government shutdown may have a challenge and impact are homes that require floodplain insurance. The National Flood Insurance Program, which issues about 90% of insurance policies in this country, is currently on hold. Any existing policies are fine, but they are not issuing any new policies until the new spending bill is approved. So this could be a challenge for home buyers and home sellers that are in a floodplain. So how's the local real estate market doing in the Chicagoland area? I recently looked at counties, DuPage County, Cook County, Will County, Kane County, McHenry County, and they're all reflecting similar data. Home prices kind of leveled off. They're not dipping, but kind of leveled off. But the change that I'm seeing is in market time is slowly creeping up, as well as month supply of inventory. And again, as a refresher, month supply is basically they take a snapshot of the current amount of homes on the market, current amount of active buyers, and if nothing changes, this is how long it would take to sell off all of the available homes. Balanced market is 4 to 6 months. Anything above that is a buyer's market. Anything below that is in a seller's market. We are still currently in a seller's market, right? Some sellers are questioning that because their homes are staying on the market longer. Again, it's just line tracking slowed down, and buyers, since the monthly payments are higher, they're taking their time to make the decision. But we are still in the seller's market, but slowly inching up to that balanced market. And as far as the market time, well, a couple of years ago, 2 to 4 years ago, the home was on the market more than 2 weeks. People were thinking there's something wrong with it. But we are going back to the way things were prior to 2020, where it's not uncommon for a home to be on the market 60, 90 days. So this could be a little frustrating for current home sellers that's witnessed their neighbors' homes being sold a couple of years ago just in a week or two. So the biggest challenge we're experiencing right now is with home buyers with affordability. Home prices, even though they've leveled off in the last month or two, have increased dramatically over the last year and a half, 2 years. And interest rates, even though 6.35 is very welcome, it has not changed all that much. On top of that, cost of living has increased dramatically. Everything from groceries to entertainment. Restaurants have gone up quite a bit on their prices, and I don't blame them because their costs have increased as well. So they're trying to make ends meet. So no matter what industry, prices have gone up, and the average person's income has not gone up proportionally to meet those extra expenses. So what needs to happen to have home buying affordability back down to, let's say, 2019? Well, there's three things that I believe. Number one, home prices are going to have to come down, maybe 30, 35%. Chicagoland area, we're not seeing it currently, but some areas around the country we are. Let's take Florida, for example. They've watched their home values go down by about 15, 20% this year. Not all areas, but certain areas. And listening to realtors from the area, they're expected to come down another 20%. There's a lot of factors that play into that. High cost of homeowners insurance due to recent hurricanes. Of course, HOA fees going up. And there was a big influx of people moving into Florida, especially between 2020 and 22. And their expectations maybe didn't meet reality, and they've changed their minds and are moving back out of there. So yes, home prices would have to come down for home buyers to make them feel more comfortable in purchasing, or interest rates have to come down to maybe about 2.5%, 3%, like they were 3, 4 years ago. Historically, when there's a government shutdown, interest rates do decrease. However, we're not seeing it so far. And the last thing, of course, with inflation, what has to happen is household income has to increase to meet those higher financial demands. Now, all that being said, the real estate market in the Chicagoland area is still very stable. The one thing I have to say is for both buyers and sellers is to be patient. Sellers, just realize that your home may take a little longer to sell, and buyers, be patient as well. Right now, as we're moving into the fall and winter weather, if you're searching, you do have a little bit of negotiating power where a couple years ago you did not. Now, if interest rates do begin to come down in 2026, Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac predict their outlook is that in 2026, interest rates may come down somewhere around 5.5%. This could bring more homes coming on the market and, of course, bring more buyers into the market, creating more excitement. Well, I hope this information was helpful for you. And if you have any questions on the real estate market in your specific area, feel free to reach out to me. I would love to pull up that data for you and see where the real estate market is where you're living at. But for now, you have a great day, have a great fall and holiday season, and I'll see you next month.